Imagine a model that understands language without reading word by word in order. A model that processes entire sentence in parallel. A model that powers ChatGPT, BERT, GPT-4, Cloud, Gemini, and almost every modern AI breakthrough. That model is called the transformer. And today we are going to break down the transformer architecture from input embedding all the way to the softmax output layer in a way that actually makes sense. By the end of this video, you will understand encoder and decoder, self-attention, multi-head attention, positional encoding, residual connections, layer normalization, feed-forward networks, scaled dot product attention, and how it all connects together. So let's dive into it. So in the previous video, we have discussed about the big idea behind the transformer, the groundbreaking 2017 paper that is attention is all you need, and RNN LSTNs, the problem with it and the solution that transformers come with. So it is all available in our previous video. Go check it out. So let's discuss about the two main blocks of transformer, that is encoder and decoder. The encoder consists of multiple layers, each containing a self-attention mechanism and a feed-forward neural network which processes the input text. The encoder processes input text into a continuous representation that captures word relationship and context, with each layer refining the representation to learn complex patterns and dependencies such as generating context-rich representations for machine translation. And this representation can then be used by the decoder or other parts of the model to perform various NLP tasks such as machine translation, summarization, or question answering. The decoder also has a multiple layer, each containing a self-attention mechanism, an encoder-decoder attention mechanism, and a feed-forward neural network which generate the output text. And each of these blocks is made of multiple identical layers stacked together. The input embedding, it converts the input tokens into continuous vector that the model can work with. Computers don't understand words, so first each word is converted into a vector using input embedding. For example, I love AI is converted into a numerical representation. Here each word is a dense vector representation. But wait, transformers don't process sequentially. So how does the model know word order? That's where positional encoding comes into picture. Positional encoding used in transformer models to provide information about the position of words in a sequence, as the attention mechanism does not inherently capture word order. It involves adding unique learnable vector to the input embedding, allowing the model to recognize the order of words and understand the structure of the sentence. Since the transformer processes all words in parallel, we must inject positional information. We add positional embeddings. So the final input becomes input embedding plus positional encoding. The positional encoding uses sine and cosine functions of different frequencies to perform this operation. So why it is needed? It helps model generalize to longer sequences and maintain relative positioning. So now the model knows what the word is, where the word is. So the self-attention mechanism helps the model understand the relationship between words in a sentence even if they are far apart. The self-attention enables the model to weigh the importance of word pairs relative to one another and understand relationship between words. So the self-attention answers how much should one word focus on another word. For example, the animal didn't cross the street because it was too tired. What does it refer to? Self-attention helps connect it with animal. And the next is scale dot product attention. It computes attention score between words in a sequence through dot products, scaling, and softmax. Inside self-attention, we compute 3 vectors for each word: query, key, and value, whose formula is this. So the step which is involved in this. So why we need to scale? To prevent extremely large dot products that destabilize gradient. This is called scale dot product attention. The next is multi-head attention. It employs multiple heads to simultaneously capture different aspects of input data such as syntactic and semantic relationships for a more comprehensive understanding. Instead of doing attention once, we do it multiple times in parallel. Each head learns grammar relationship, long range dependencies, semantic meaning, syntax patterns. Then we concentrate all heads pass through linear layer. This is called multi-head attention. It allows the model to look at the sentence from multiple perspectives simultaneously. And then we come to residual connection. So this is used in the encoder and decoder layer to help with gradient flow during training and mitigate the vanishing gradient problem. Deep networks suffer from vanishing gradients and degradation problem. So the solution for this is the residual connection. So the residual connection help us to allow deeper networks, help in stabilizing training, help gradient flow, and allow deeper networks. The layer normalization. Inside a transformer model, layer normalization is a technique that normalizes the activation in a layer by scaling and centering them, resulting in improved training stability and faster convergence. Applied to both the encoder and decoder layer, it helps mitigate the vanishing gradient problem and facilitates deeper model architecture. So after each layer, we apply layer normalization. So it normalizes across features, improves training stability, speeds, convergence. The flow for which is first we have multi-head attention, then it goes to adding a normalization, and then we have a feed forward, then again we add normalization. So after which we have a position wise feed forward network, FNN. So inside a transformer model, feed forward network are used in both the encoder and decoder layer to learn complex non-linear relationship between the input embedding and their context. This FNN consists of fully connected layer that process the output of the attention mechanism, further refining the model's understanding of the input data. So the importance of position-wise feed-forward network is it is applied independently to each position, same weights for all position. This increases model capacity. So the full flow of encoder block is each encoder layer contains multi-head self-attention, then we have a layer normalization layer, then we have feed forward network, then again we have layer normalization. It's stacked n times, usually 6 or more. And the final output is a contextualized embeddings. Then we have a decoder block, and the decoder is significantly more complex. Each layer has masked multi-head self-attention, encoder-decoder attention, feed-forward network, and apply normalization after each layer. So why we use mask attention? Because during generation, the model should not see future words. So we mask future tokens. The encoder-decoder attention, this is where the magic happens. Query come from decoder, key and value comes from encoder. This allows decoder to focus on relevant input words. Then finally we have the output layer. Final decoder output goes through linear layer, maps to vocabulary size. Then we have a softmax layer, converts logits into probabilities. Higher probability word is selected and generation continue token by token. So let's put it all together, which is a complete flow. First we have input, which then goes to embedding, which converts the words into tokens. Then it goes to positional encoding, which helps in remembering the position of the words. Then we have an encoder stack and a decoder stack. After which we have a linear layer and a softmax function, which help in understanding the probability of a word. That means highest probability word is selected. Then we have an output word, and this process is repeated until the model is finished with generating its task. So why Transformer changed everything? Transformer enabled OpenAI to build GPT model, Google to build BERT, Anthropic to build Cloud, because they allowed parallel computation, handle long-range dependencies, scale efficiently, work beautifully with GPUs. And that is the transformer architecture If you understood this, you now understand the foundation of GPT, BERT, modern LLM, most of the generative AI. Let me know in the comments which video you want the next. And remember, the future of AI isn't recurrence, it's attention. So till then, like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next one.